5 minutes before. Man, we're so ahead. We're so beyond ahead, man. What's up, everybody? It's time for live on live. What's up, T? Get things set up a little bit. T Fresh. Always good to see you on here. I feel like what's going on back there is a little distracting, but I don't know if I really care. What's up, Gizmo? T, thanks for inviting your friends. Do you have any idea who's going to be coming on in a couple minutes? T, Fresh? Do you have any idea how excited I am that you're on this stream for this one? Because it's so dope. Son, good to see you, man. Saw you popping in there. Been a couple weeks. What's up, TT? Dash Peña. You like how I did that little Enya? It's so easy. And it feels so good. Dash Peña. Thanks for inviting your friends, son. I want to know where your name comes from. I want to chat more with you. I want to go into things. Sounds a little inappropriate, but I just mean like Sun Ray. So Ray means sun, and sun means sun. And so Sun Ray means sun. Ray means light, but Ray means sun. Sun. What if that was just the stream? It was just like halfway through I just started going sun. Like what? Hello. I should just sing a little bit? Yeah. We should just do that. Because like rey in Spanish, español, means king. Actually, it means king, doesn't it? I'm a pretty funny guy. Yeah, man. Tori's like a little bit extra nervous for this one because she's like, I think Pete like really likes Dash Peña, man, and I'm not sure where this is gonna go or how it's gonna flow today, man. You know, it's like if you like talk to a celebrity, and you're like, oh my god, like I watch your stream all the time. I actually don't. I don't. I'm really bad about that. That's one of the things I need to get better at. Is watching other people's streams. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty wild. Son, you're a funny dude too, man. I like your energy when you're on with people. There's just something unique about your mojo that I like a lot. T, how you been? You been writing stuff? I think between Tori and T Fresh, you guys kind of know, kind of just based on like how I say the letter T, who I'm referring to, right? Yeah, when you're like when you're on with people, like it's one thing to be just sort of like hanging out like this, just one dude talking to himself. But I love your sort of interaction with other people. I think it's fucking rad. What's up, Dash? You ready to kick this thing off, man? Hello. Oh, T's like, I'm gonna Troy likes to do that ref duty. Set that shit up. Assign. Oh, we should. Every time I assign you, we should go. It's probably really obnoxiously loud. You know, sometimes you do that in a mic and you're like, it sounds really good to me, but when it's going through a mic, dude, it's really loud. Dash understands what I'm talking about. Are you reffed up? Did I do it? You like the girl in the background? Yeah, someday I'm gonna be like, I'll probably have a dream someday, and she'll like pop up in my dream, and I'll be like, it's you.
Hello.
Oh, wow, this has got some oil on it. What's up, Dash?
How you doing? Hello.
How are you, man?
I'm good, my man.
Good to meet you in the digital.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
What kind of mic are you rocking?
This is a Stellar X2. Yeah.
And what would be your comments on the choice of that mic?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love this microphone. Yeah. I was rocking the AT2020.
Audio Technica.
Yeah, and the Audio Technica is fine, but I mean it covers highs and lows all right. It doesn't necessarily mess up, but the regular speaking mid range, it kind of, there's a little bit of a compression issue, and it's fine. It's not bad, but I switched over to the Stellar, and I like it better.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's one of the things I wanted to kind of chat with you about, is like balancing the music with the talking, because probably most of the time, honestly, you're probably talking more than performing. So your mic has to sound good when you're talking.
Yeah. good mix. It has to be a good mix for sure. And that was one of the things that I wanted to check. So this is like it's by TZ Audio. What they used to do is like they would mod microphones, right? They would take shitty microphones and make them sound better.
Yep.
So they started making these microphones, and like these microphones are kind of comparable to like the Neumann TLMs.
Yep. That's a very expensive microphone, right?
It is a very expensive microphone. Yes. Some people were comparing them to the what's the really expensive Neumann ones, the $3,000 ones, like the U82, U87. Sorry, U87. Yeah. People were like comparing that to that, and I was like, no, probably not. But
yeah, that's not likely. But
no, but I would definitely say they're comparable to the TLMs.
The one you have, or the one that you were just mentioning, the T's? Oh, okay.
This one is comparable to the TLM.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. And are you sending it through something before it hits your computer? Or are you sending it into a preamp of any kind?
Yeah, so it's actually going through. I have a pedal set up, so it's going through a pedal, and then from the pedal, it's going to my my audio interface. I have a Focusrite audio interface.
I'm surprised it's not noisier if you're sending through a pedal.
Well, I mean, the pedal also has a gain control, so I mean, I just have been able to kind of balance it out.
And the pedal is for adding something to your voice, or is it just something you have in that sort of chain for when you want to play music or do something else?
The pedal is just one that I had before that I've used for performing. It's just a reverb, essentially.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Super cool.
So no, I don't have any other really effects. It has reverb and delay, and then it also has like a harmonizing thing, like so I can add like some like an octave below, octave above, third below, fifth below, third above, fifth above. I can add that. But
do you
no
use
like
that much?
Not like a
For
bunch.
Singing? Yeah.
Not
every once
a
in
bunch.
a while you're like, check this out.
Every once in a while I'm like, this cool thing does this thing, and I can do it for like certain songs, but like not all the time. Yeah.
So you know, you're welcome to do some songs.
Mm-hmm.
This is sort of the first in a series, so this is going to be sort of like, we could do it this way, or we haven't done this before.
Gotcha.
So like, I think it would be super rad to let you play a song. I mean, there's probably a good group of people on, you know, some of these folks are already familiar with your music and your sound and kind of what you're about, but some people might not be. And I think before we get into all the cool shit that I'd like to explore with you, I think it'd just be nice to let somebody hear some shit. So why don't you play something while you got the auto harp out?
Yeah, I might as well. Should I do an original or should I do a cover? What do you think?
Whatever's good with you, man. We'd love it either way.
Original? All right, I'll do original. I don't know if you've been able to hear any of my originals. I'm not sure.
There's one that I heard recently. I want to say it's called just
for myself.
Just for myself.
Yes. That's one. I'll sing a different one then.
Yep.
I'll sing a song called Ashes.
This is our motto. Yeah, we're new to this, and we're going to be new to this for as long as we possibly can.
Got it. Understood. All right. Everything will be okay someday. I just hope that I can learn. Things that once were bad, they go away. Though some bridges will be burned, all of the voices in my head that tell me I'm no good will blow away like ashes on the firewood. Everything will be alright sometime. Though I really don't know when. I'll just stay inside of my head, waiting for sparks to begin again. All of the voices in my head that tell me I'm no good will blow away like ashes on the firewood. Oh no, no. I have done some bad in my life. I know I have to fight just to stay alive. I could never feed its appetite. Either way, fire will rise and rise and rise and rise and rise. Rise and rise and rise. The fire will rise. Everything will be okay someday, when it all fades away.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, man.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Do me a favor and stop being so talented. Oh my god.
Yeah, seriously, I got the same issue, man. Tori's like, please don't fanboy this guy. Please don't fanboy this guy.
Oh my gosh.
Because it got a little awkward. You popped in a couple of weeks ago or whatever it was, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Dash Peña, he's on the stream. And you're like, bro, just calm down. It's gonna be all right. And I'm like, no, man. What was fucking? This is the most annoying question in the world, but it's just the one that pops into my mind. Thank you, Scotty. What was there an inspiration for that song? Was there a place that song comes from, or was it just something you kind of like just happened and who the fuck knows where it came from?
So I've been going through like a lot recently.
Thank you, Jim.
So it's been, I don't know, it's a mix of things.
Yeah.
A mix of me knowing that I've made mistakes, fairly big ones. But knowing that I can't just keep bringing myself down because of them, right? And that like eventually those things will pass and like things are going to be all right. But like, I have to take the heat while it's happening, and then after that, I can't just keep starting up the fire that died down already. I have to, I just have to deal with it and move on from there.
It's interesting you use the word heat and fire, and in the song, it's almost like there's two. It's the first time I've heard that song, so I'm going off sort of, memory and first impression. But like, it's almost like you have two vibes going on at the same time. One is this sort of, sort of renewal, and the other is kind of a like, there's sort of a sadness and an optimism at the same time.
Yeah.
In the song.
Definitely.
Yeah. And it's interesting. I feel like the songs that, when people respond to those kinds of songs, particularly, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit different in an environment like this where everyone's just kind of like hanging together. It's different if you're like, if you hear that song on Spotify, that's awesome. But you're not necessarily as present. But like when you're in a room with a bunch of people and everybody hears that song, you had to go to a place to write that song. And in a way, you're letting us go to that place in our own way to listen to the song. you know.
Yeah.
And so there's something very cool about kind of opening up the door. Hey, I don't know if you guys ever been in this room before, but this is what it looks like to me. And everyone's like, oh yeah, I've been in that room before, you know.
No, I get that for sure. And I mean, that's what I try to convey something like when I'm
you fucking do, dude. I mean,
I appreciate that.
You definitely do that.
Thank you.
You know, it's unrelated to your song, but I'm going to share a story because I think it could be interesting, or it could lead us to some things in the conversation. But so I happen to have done some work as a music supervisor, where you're basically like, you're working on a film and you're like, oh, we need some music here, blah blah blah. And I was working on a movie a number of years ago that was a road movie.
Okay.
Meaning like it's a bunch of people on, you know, on a long trip. It's a 2-hour movie. And it was a tough movie. It was about a brother, you know, younger brother who's got a bad drug problem, and the older brother picks him up and gets him out of a really bad place, and they just fucking go on the road, and the older brother's trying to do some stuff, and then they get on a trip, and then they end up picking up someone who's sort of had another situation that she's going through and she's escaping from, and they're on this trip, and it's like, it's kind of gnarly, but it's also very sweet, and there's a lot of poignant moments throughout the movie. And when they showed me the movie the first time, all of the fucking soundtrack was Ray LaMontagne. Are you familiar with him?
Yes.
I figured, just based on hearing that song.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like, oh, that's like super reflective of, but like, not a lot of people can pull off a style like that convincingly. Ray is one of them. You're one of them, right?
I appreciate that.
And I just remember thinking, how the fuck do you expect someone? And of course, it's an indie movie, and they're like, yeah, we got like $16 for the music, and we want to take all these gorgeous shots of poignant moments, driven by an amazing, like impeccable Ray LaMontagne track. And we want to see if you can find something that would sort of replace that music. And I'm like, fuck you, man. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, like that's like a nightmare in a way. It's like, it's hard to get that kind of emotion into music. And I guess I'm just coming back around to the fact that like music like that's very hard to write. It's very hard to perform convincingly, and to put that much emotion into something and have it be simple and powerful like that. So it's great. Have you ever thought about having any of your music in TV or movies or anything like that?
I mean, that would be cool. I have nothing recorded. All right.
Really?
I'm just I literally write all of these things, and I just like, I pretty much just memorize everything. I don't go back and listen to it. Like, I'm just me. It's just in my head. But just recently, I kind of realized like, all right, I have like of the things that I have like 7 tracks. Like, I have 7 songs. I keep telling him.
Sassy Bear keeps, yeah.
Sassy does.
Like,
Sassy is. Sassy is a wonderful friend of mine.
Dash for just a second.
Yeah.
Why call this shit?
Sassy is a wonderful friend of mine, and also happens to be like in my stream all the time, and like mods for me as well, and consistently yells at me. So I know I have to record stuff. But in the best of ways, to tell me to. Yeah, exactly.
We all gotta have people in our lives that are like, no, do it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Anyway.
But I've recently mod appreciation, yes.
Yeah, lots
absolutely.
Of it. Appreciation for those mods.
He doesn't listen to me. It's not that I don't listen. I just like, I don't know.
He's processing.
Okay, but I've gotten down, like I have a list. I'm like, all right, these like 7 songs, like these 7 songs are like enough for like I can lay down in like an EP and be like cool with these 7 songs.
Right.
So I'm going to like very, very recently, I'm going to record all of them, just like rough track, record all of them, and send it to a friend of mine who is a wonderful producer / singer who also happens to be on this platform, Sean Rogers. I don't know if you know Sean Rogers.
I don't think I know him by name, but
oh, he is marvelous, and he's another
amazing.
one that doesn't really have a lot of things recorded, but he has one track recorded that he himself mixed and mastered. That is phenomenal. Sean Rogers, yeah, his song is called Julie, and it is just stupid how good it is. Like, and he, he wrote and recorded it and mixed it all himself. Yeah. And I heard it on like the quality. I'm just like, it's fucking amazing. Like, wow. I want you to help me. Like, I need.
So you're like, I want that level.
I want that. Yeah. Can you give me that? I want that.
Now, is he near you physically, or is that something where you're gonna send it to him and then he's gonna kind of
send it to him? That's gonna be the thing. I mean, with social distancing too.
Let's talk about that. I mean, people are cutting records right now. Yeah. That doesn't stop you, but I'm just
no. But he's in. I think he just moved to Alabama, so he's in Alabama.
I don't know if Britt's on. We have someone that was on. Is Britt on? Oh, I'm gonna get on top of. I'm gonna be like, Britt, how could you miss this? Because I told her this morning. I'm like, you got to be on. You got to check out Dash.
Appreciate that.
Britt was on last stream. She's based in Cleveland. She's got a studio and she gets a lot of stuff on sync. She gets a lot of music placed, and she was on Friday. Thank you. Days are just blurring into nothingness right now. Yeah. I don't know if that's true for everybody else, but first off, every time I walk outside, I'm in LA, Tori and I are in LA, different kind of sections, but like when I walk outside, it still is surreal to me 5 months into this. I still have not completely processed, like, this is fucking real. Like, it's still, I have to, anyway, we're in such a funny place now, but Britt is someone I'd like to connect you with, just because I think she'll understand what you're up to stylistically. She might have some ideas in terms of how to record stuff or approach things. Yeah. I think it's a great idea to get and this would be a 7-song original EP? Yeah. All originals? Yeah. Love it. How did you pick the 7 songs?
They're the songs that I think are done. Like anything else, I'm like, anything else that I sing, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not really, they still need time. A lot of things need time. Gotta finish cooking things up, and sometimes I sing a song and I'm just like it's not it. He literally just randomly starts making songs on FaceTime. I do. So I FaceTime with Sassy all the time. And like sometimes I'll just be sitting there and I'll just hear something in my head, right? I'll just hear like a melody of something, and then I'll just pick up my autoharp, play the chords, and start writing down songs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think Ash, that song that I was singing, I'm pretty sure she was on the phone with me, and I just like, it in about like, how much was it? Like 10 minutes, Ass?
Wow.
I banged out that song. It was, yeah. So that's the thing. It just kind of, that's how songs work for me. When I have a song, like, it doesn't take me like, hours and hours to like finish writing one song. Like I like when I have it, when I'm in the pocket of writing a song, it's just like, all right, the song is there, and I just have to find the right words. Like, it's
capture it fast.
Yeah. Very fast.
Do you have a setup at home? And maybe you already answered this, but I'm asking it a slightly different way. But like, do you have a setup at home that would allow you to capture those moments? Like, if you're on FaceTime and you guys are hanging, and I'm like, you're like, okay, this is a song. Like, something's coming. Is there a way for you to be like, click, just in case this is the golden song? Do you have a way of doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I have I can do voice memos on my phone if I'm like by myself, or if somebody's on the phone with me and I'm saying something, I can just turn on OBS and just record from OBS.
Right? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, like literally just like open and then record, and it's.
What do you think you would? Oh, by the way, I wanted to say, Donnie, hey, good to see you. Sorry, I get like, I'm still developing that piece of the brain where you can be doing like multiple things at the same time. I don't know how long it took you to do that. You seem like you're kind of natural to this whole thing. Like, it seems like you've got a kind of a natural way of like playing a song and interacting with, you know, dozens of people at the same time and
Yeah.
responding to everybody. And was that something that you had to sort of work on, or did you just kind of slip into it and go like, man, it's pretty easy?
Well, I guess, I mean, like I've been in like choirs for a while, right? And then I like have done solo stuff. And when you start doing like solo stuff, especially when I like, you know, when I started singing in bars and stuff like that, like I think that gave you a lot of that. Yeah, for sure, Sass. Like
I
when
can
I
see
started
that.
doing gigs at bars, like it's just kind of you want to keep people entertained. So like I will, you know, I'll mess with people like while I'm singing and stuff like that. I'll sing you know, I'll say this or that and the other.
Hey,
If
Emma,
someone is
thank
like, you
you.
know, someone gets up to go use the bathroom, I'll like, be like, all right, you just gonna go use the bathroom? Nice, man. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Like just like, you know, just mess with people, heckle the crowd. But thank you, Emma.
Right back at him.
Exactly. But you know, just like, you know, fun stuff and like, you know, little things here and there, just making people laugh. I mean, I don't know. I got, yeah, I think it developed at the same time. Like
right. So I'm going to
starting to
mention
do the
something.
gigs and being live.
I'm going to ask you something. It's kind of coincidentally that Emma just popped in. When she and I were talking in some of these earlier live on lives that we did, she mentioned she and James kind of mentioned something, which was like, there's a difference between being on stage where it's basically like, hi, I'm communicating with all 40 of you or whatever, versus in a live stream environment, it's almost like, hi you, okay, now hi you, okay, hey you, and you're sort of doing it like one at a time ish, but like quickly, as opposed to like all of you kind of as one thing. Is that how you experience it?
Yeah, it's pretty much like like let's say like I'm finishing up a song, I'm just like, you know, like, and then like the song is like dwindling off or whatever, and like now I go back to the comments and just like, you know, go through and just like, yes, Sassy, I think that's definitely true.
Right.
Yeah, thank you, Emma, I appreciate that a lot, thank you, Emma. And, you know, I would just kind of like, you know, it's just a very like quick kind of, but like not disregarding, just like, you know, it's just like you have to, there's only, you know, you can only say so many things in a certain period of time.
Right.
You can only make things flow so much, you know, like if you disrupt the flow too much, then it gets to a point where you like, you know, you just knock off what you're doing and you knock off the energy that you have, you know?
Correct.
So you have to, it's a balance between like what you're doing and what is happening at the same time, and how you can just continue the flow of what was going before. So I think it's easier with like a live audience or whatever. You have a bunch of people, and that's the thing. I think when a live audience, right? No one just says something. Like there's a bunch of, there you go, T. No one just says something, right? Like it's like they're all in a crowd. They know that they can't really just like talk to you. You're performing, you know.
Right.
You're
They
in
can't.
a crowd.
They can't
like,
say something to you, and they go, hey, yeah,
exactly.
Do that unless they're drunk.
Exactly. But here it's different, you know, and especially when you spend so much time with, you know, sometimes the same people who come and watch your streams all the time, right?
Yeah.
The regulars, right?
Yeah. Just yell across
that's
the room.
Like yell you, yeah, exactly. You know, they have a rapport with you, and so they, you know, and some of them are friends, you know, like you're genuinely friends. You talk outside of this, right? You know, they'll speak to you, and it's way different than if you're at a bar. Like I go to a bar and I see so many people I don't know any of these people. Like I don't have any like type of, you know, you have to build the rapport on the spot. Here it's just like coming to a group of friends and then having them know inside jokes and all of these things, and you having to like balance the fact that like you're not just doing a show. You're not just live at a bar in a random place. You're here with friends and family, and you are, you're interacting with them. So it's not the same thing. It's a different mindset. It's a similar skill, but a different mindset.
Yep. I'm gonna ask you something that kind of rubs against when I'm interviewing a lot of people in the live stream space. I'm a journalist, so I talk with a lot of people that are, starting platforms or artists like Emma or like yourself, right? And over the last 5 months, everyone's basically had the same answer to the following question.
Okay.
Does live streaming replace live shows? Oh, no, 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 no. There's no way. It's never going to be better. It's never. Da, 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 da. My question for you, it's kind of a leading question. Thank you, Matt. And sorry for teeing it up quite like that, but I kind of want to. I'm wondering if that's actually not true. I wonder if there's things about the live stream environment that are significantly better, if that's the right word, and cooler and more interesting and more whatever. And I want you to talk about like, no, actually fucking, we don't have to sort of dance around this issue of like, we're not trying to take away from live music. Look, live streaming is pretty unique.
Yeah. I think it's different. I think they're not the same. I think they're not the same thing. I think they're, I think there's a difference between listening to a band on the radio versus listening to like their album that you just have versus listening to like them live versus listening to someone like going through and live streaming. I think it's different. I think it's all a different experience, right?
And it's also
Emma, thank you.
Just to sort of play off that thought, it's also different than like, yo, check this out. Having your friend say, let me play something for you right now. Mm-hmm. That's a different feeling than like listening to it on Spotify or saying, hey, let's go to a show tonight. I want to take you to a show. Yeah. Those are all same music, theoretically, way different experiences.
Way different experience. So when I think about that, right? I don't think live streaming is going to replace live shows. There's a difference. There's an ambiance. There's a, it's a complete like different animal, right?
Yep.
But I can say that there's things that I've done on live stream that would never in a million years be able to happen while I'm doing a live show, right? There's one thing that I always go back to that was one of the craziest experiences I've been able to have on this website, right? I'm singing, I'm just having a jam, it's a really slow day, nothing really is going on. Randomly, a dude in the chat just says like, hey, do you guest? He's like a level 5 or something. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I just don't really know who you are.
Right.
And he says, I see that you're doing music. I'm from Iran. I play the flute. And I was like, I was like, I don't know how, like that sounds so cool. Right. And I don't know if I should just pull the trigger on it and just be like, right. Sure.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, I play the flute and I would love to play for you. And I said,
remembers this story, man.
Yeah. And I said yes. And I brought him up.
Yeah.
And he was a very nice man.
Yeah.
He turns around and he goes to his piano that's in the back and he turns on a drone, just like a drone noise.
Okay.
The like just of seat, like just in the seat. And he starts playing this flute. Mind you, he didn't tell me that he makes flutes. He creates these wooden flutes, right, with this special machine that he has, and he's like the only person that does it in his country. So he's like playing this flute, and he's doing the like Iranian scales, which I don't know if you know, like the different, like there's, for anyone who in the audience, there's a very big difference between Western music and Eastern music, right? And in the Western music scales, there's only so many scales that you can go to, right? We have sharps and flats, double sharps and double flats, which just mean literally a step up or a step down from the note, right? But when it comes to like Eastern music, right, there are like half steps, which we don't have, right? Microtonal is what it's called, right? A half step up from something rather than like a sharp or a flat. There's a half sharp or a half flat, right? And that leads to the scale, things going immediately having a large amount of notes and things that we don't normally hear in Western music, right?
Right.
And he's going through and he's just like, yeah, I'm learning the Iranian scale. And he's just like the Iranian scales. And he's like, there's like 300 of them.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? And he's just going through. And at that same time, right, I don't have a flute, right? This can't play Iranian
Right.
300 Iranian scales.
Yeah,
So,
but you could probably play a scale off of it, even if.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Your
But like
story.
it'll just be a little off, it'll be
Right.
something that's not quite right. So I was doing like vocal trills, like vocal
Right.
like just
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And he was playing a scale and I was going back and forth and we were going back and forth and I was like repeating those scales and changing the way the scales were working. An absolutely amazing experience. Like literally like listening to it, it just like it felt so good. And that's not something that can happen when I'm live on stage somewhere. No one's gonna come up and be like, "Hey, I'm an Iranian flute creator and maker, and I know these scales. Want to play?" Like that doesn't happen, So like those kinds of things are like amazing things that can happen here. Literally the other day, someone went on someone's live stream on Instagram. His name is he goes by Patches. He was on America's Got Talent.
I saw Patches on your stream a day or two ago.
Oh, did you? Okay, good.
Super
Yeah.
Talented rapper. I don't know if he was freestyling or not, but he sounded good.
He was. I think that was his. That was just. I think that might have been an original of his. But he also was playing the trumpet. I don't know if you saw that.
I know that he does a lot of other musical stuff. He mentioned like big band and some other shit that he does. Yeah.
So I met Patches. I think Murdoch Johnson is his name. Who was on America's Got Talent. Somebody went into his live stream on Instagram, said, "Hey, you should make a YouNow and come see Dash Peña." And he did. And he came on and we freestyled and we
DJ, it was DJ, right?
It was DJ, yeah.
Because I remember you saying like, "Thanks DJ for making this whatever." So
yeah, and it was like wild. Like that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in like in IRL like live shows. I'm not gonna have just a random dude that was on America's Got Talent come up and show this awesome like all of these talents that he has all of a sudden, and then like and then he was gone in fast. Like it just happens. Hey Kiki.
You know what else is interesting about those last two stories, and there's this thing that also exists in this environment, which is that third party. There's you and there's Patches, but then there's DJ, or there's Tori, or there's somebody that's like involved, or there's Donnie who does this all day, all night.
Yeah,
right?
Donnie Giles.
There's that person that makes this shit work, right? I mean, how important is that? Yeah, right. There's like, or Erica. Or right there, it's like they're as much a part of this whole thing and making it work and having all those magical moments. I don't know. Is that true? Or
no, for sure. And it's funny because we like I always joke with. I don't know if you know Taco Spice Ewan.
He just got partnered.
Yeah, like he's
48
awesome.
hours ago or something.
Yeah, he's wonderful and a great singer, right? And him and I have gotten to a point, right, where we. On top of having people bring people to us, right? Him and I have like a little like, quote unquote competition.
Yeah.
Because we're going out and looking for people too.
Like
we very purposefully, like sometimes we take the time and we'll look and we'll be like, all right, like who's on right now? Who are these people? Who is this level 4 that's holding a guitar in their thing? Are they cool? Like, are they talented? Can we give them a space where they can come and hang out, right? And not only is that, I mean, it's not necessarily like an unselfish thing, because at the end of the day, we want to show more people talent, and the more talent that comes onto our streams and stuff, people want to come and see that we are not only that we're just talented, but that we are bringing other talent as well, right?
Yep.
But like it's giving that person a platform, like we're partners, and people come watch us and people come see us and they fan up the people that, that are on and sing. And, we want to give them a place where they can just be like, yeah, like, I this community is awesome. They lift each other up and they want to show two of our faves, 7,000.
What's up, 7,000?
Hi, Amelie. Hi,
John.
How
I don't know Jay Cozy. I don't know. Do you know Jay Cozy? Who Jay Cozy
I do know Jay Cozy. Yes.
Thank you, 7,000.
I think Jay has sung for me. I'm very or no. Has he not? I'm trying to think, because I know Jay Cozy. I know that name, but I'm not sure if he's.
What's up, Lava?
Yes, he has. Okay, yes. Donnie has. I'm sure Donnie has probably brought him to me, and he's come up. There's a few cozies, but Jay Cozy's pretty fire. Yes,
I
Jay
like that
Cozy, I
phrase.
definitely know.
There's a few cozies, but Jay Cozy's pretty fire.
Pretty fire.
There's a few
Thank
cozies.
you, Amelie and John. Freaking love you guys.
Yeah, and I think that's another piece of this. Like, you don't go to a show and then have people on stage go, "Hey, I'm going to bring up my buddy right now." What the fuck?
Yeah.
What? No, that
Yeah.
happens here,
Mhm.
sort of effortlessly, and you can be like, "Oh, I don't know you, but I love your music. Do you want to guest on my stream right now?" There's
Mhm.
this sort of fuck it, let's do it right now thing, right? That's
Yeah.
just is a part of how this works. It's also a mentality that I feel like, I guess, you know, I mean, as musicians, there's probably a side of us that we all love each other and we all support each other. And there's a side
Mhm.
of us that has that little edge of competition, like, fuck you, I can play it better than you.
Yeah.
Friendly competition. If you
Yeah,
don't
for
have
sure.
that, you're not a real fucking musician. Like,
No, for sure.
and
You
it's
wanna, you
it's
know.
both, right? But
Yeah.
I feel like in this environment, maybe particularly YouNow, I haven't spent enough time on Twitch or Sessions or some of these other kind of parallel universes. But I feel
Mhm.
like on YouNow, there's a lot of love and there's a lot of support. And if you're the new person in the room, they're like, "Hey, I don't know if I know you, but my name's Pete. Nice to meet you. Do you know anybody here?" That energy from the get, this is why Tori and I are on YouNow and maybe not on some of the other ones, is there's
Yeah.
just a vibe here that allows for that. And I think musicians in particular have that, in that
Yeah.
sort of like, yo, let's bring this guy on, let's help each other out, you know. And I think that's a side of the music community that allows itself to sort of breathe more in the live streaming, and particularly in
No,
YouNow.
for sure. I don't know. I've been fortunate enough, right, that like some of the experiences that I've had, kind of mirror that a little bit as well. Like,
Yeah,
there's
me too. Tori and I, same thing. Like,
yeah,
we've been really lucky. But go ahead.
yeah. There's a place down the street from me, that's like a crepe place, right?
Great
Um,
place.
yes, a crepe place, a great place, and a crepe place.
Great
And
place.
great place, yeah. And they sell like crepes, tea, and they do like wine and stuff like that. So you can do like brunch or whatever, right?
Right.
But they usually would close like, fairly early-ish, like 5 o'clock, right? Except for on Fridays. Every Friday, what they would do is they would actually bring on music. And funny enough, the musician that was there is actually the father of one of my best friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's a Hispanic. He sings like a lot of Spanish music and a lot of Chilean music. Is Chilean. And because he knows I sing, right? If I would go, he would bring me up. He would be like, "Hey, come up here and sing a song or two.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go drink another glass of wine." I'm like, "All right."
Right.
That's fine. And even that, sometimes he would have me on for like 4 or 5 songs, and like he would,
Nice.
he would break me off a couple bit, like a little bit of the tips or something. He's just like, "Here, you just took over the show for a little bit, so like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
break you off." I'm like, "You don't have to do that." Like, I just came on to have fun.
Right.
So I had a lot of wonderful experiences with things like that, of being able to show up to somewhere, and other musicians being able to like recognize the fact that I'm a musician, and be like, "Yeah,
That's probably your, I mean, not to get woo woo, but that's probably a lot of that's your energy when you're coming in and just being like, yo, you have a very, I wrote the email last night telling people about you. And then I wrote this part where it was like, he's incredibly friendly and humble. And I'm like, fuck that. I don't need to email a bunch of people and tell them that you're incredibly friendly and humble, but you are. And anyone that knows you and watches you, and it's like, it's always cool when really talented people are very low key and humble and respectful with the people that watch them and support them and stuff like that. And I think a lot of that's just, he bullies a lot of people too. Let's not get it twisted.
You can't.
Donnie, I wanted to unpack your comment. Are you saying that people on YouNow are actually nicer than the sort of average live streaming world? That's what I'm understanding you to say? Oh, what are you saying, dude?
I think he means maybe in general, like the actual live show kind of thing. Like, I get it. Like, sometimes maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've done it before. I've had friends in the audience that I know are like music majors and stuff like that, and I'm just like, bro, you want to sing a song? Like, come sing a song for me. Like,
Yeah.
I know you're eating, but I don't care. Come over here. Like,
Yeah. Get up here.
come take the mic for a sec. You know what I mean?
Um. So how how long have you been on YouNow? Not terribly long, right?
A little more than a year now.
Okay, so it's been a little more than a year.
Mhm.
When you first got on, did you have the sense like, oh, this could be a thing? Like I might do this, or were you just like, oh, fuck it, I'm click.
So I got on. Originally I got on here so that I could work on my live show stuff.
Love it.
Like I literally, like I got here. I had this app in like 2016 because a friend of mine was on the app, and she was just like, come support me, and I was just like, sure, I'll come watch. Like I don't care. Like I didn't watch anybody else.
I think that's when Emma started. I don't know if Emma, if you're still on,
Maybe,
but
I'm not sure.
I feel like that's when you guys jumped on, which is like stupid early. Like nobody's on that early. Anyway, so you're on and you're like you're supporting somebody. Someone kind of
one friend, yeah.
Great.
Literally one friend. Okay. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just watched.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched a couple of her streams, but I never really touched the app after that. And then it wasn't until 2019 where I came back, and I was like, you know what? I have this app, right? I might as well like. I'll use it. I have live shows coming up, right? Let me use it to, show my live stuff, and maybe some people will give me some constructive criticism, or some feedback or something. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, I'll be like, maybe they're an asshole, but like maybe there's a reason they didn't like it, and I'll try to fix something. You know what I mean? Totally. Take everything with a grain of salt, and so I started doing that, and I started meeting people. I started going, I wanted to get my voice out there. So what I did was I just went to everyone's stream from, literally the bottom of the, bottom of girls, bottom of guys, climbing my way up. And whether it was, they were first in guys and first in girls, or, 13th in guys.
Just chilling, yeah.
Literally just there, whether they liked music or not, whatever they did, I literally just started from the ground up and started talking to everyone. And it got to a point where people were like, I would go into streams and people would be like, yo, Dash, you're everywhere. I literally just saw you singing somewhere else. Like, how did you get here? Right. They were like, you were just somewhere else. How did you get here so fast? And how are you already singing? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, how did you even get here? I'm like, perfect. That's exactly what I want. I want you to always see me. I want you to feel like I am all around at every point in time. Because I'm trying to get myself out there. And so like from that point in time, I met, I actually like, I started guesting with a friend of mine on here, Meowza, who is also a great singer. I was streaming with her a lot. Right. And, her and I's energy just kind of vibe well. Right. And, I was in that stream, and she was doing really well and trending, and people always sing her, and they were just like, Dash, you should stream more like yourself, like rather than just, guesting all the time and trying to guest. And I was like, I don't know if, if anyone will show up. I don't know what I'll be doing there.
Can everyone just pause for a second and realize that a cat like Dash can have a moment in his life where he's like, I could stream, but I don't know if anyone's going to show up. Like, think of how crazy that is, and think about how each of us does the same thing to ourselves and should stop. Okay. All right, I'm done. But that's super cool. That's super cool.
I was just like, I don't know if anyone will show up, but I just started, and I started small. I would stay there for like 3 hours just singing. Like I was literally just there singing. Like I would talk to the audience, but I would like literally just kind of keep singing. Not even like. I wasn't even doing a lot of guesting like in the beginning. It was just a lot of me singing and talking to the audience. And then I would bring people up. I started, I don't know. I was part of that initial movement, like starting last year, of like people bringing people up to sing,
that was like a thing that started happening. It wasn't happening before.
It would happen before, but like not as regularly as it happens now. There was not this huge kind of mishmash large thing of people like just singing all the time together. right? Like that happens all the time. You go into a stream and you see like, you know, you can see one person and then like 3 other people waiting in the wings to sing. Like that happens all the time now.
You're talking
That
back to
is
back to back, like I'm gonna sing, you're gonna sing, she's gonna
yeah,
sing,
yeah,
or
yeah.
not
Like
simultaneous.
rounds, doing rounds and stuff
Sure.
like that, right?
Okay.
That wasn't a huge thing that was happening. The person that was like the biggest person that was doing something like that, right? And he wouldn't necessarily do it all the time. It was Brent, right?
Oh,
Open mic
cool.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So Brent would do that, right? And it was a big deal when Brent did that because like not a lot of people were doing that, right? And I, you know, I kind of, you know, I was one of the ones that started doing that, and some other people were doing that as well. And we just brought people up to sing, and you know, we would just stay there and sing and freestyle, and Luca as well. Yeah, Luca as well. You
Luca,
know,
I noticed has, yeah, like you
yeah,
got, you guys
Luca.
are noticeably, when Tori and I, because we've been doing this 5 months, so we're still like babies. We definitely do not know what the hell we're doing. But
Yeah,
I remember in the beginning stages, especially when I was watching you guys a lot, I'm like, it was you and Luca, like you said, and Brent. You know, you guys bring up a lot of people, and you share the stage a lot. That's
yeah,
part of the thing. It's not
mhm,
like, oh well, every once in a while we let someone on stage. No, it's like it's a constant sort of open door policy, if that's the right. You know, it's like,
yeah,
yeah, come on, pop in. And I think that's, again, I think that sort of back that sort of that subtext to it is
mhm,
really fucking rad. It's part of what makes it fun for viewers too, that they're watching. You never know what's going to happen. It's not a set. Okay,
yeah,
it's the same 12 songs. You know, like that model. It, you know, in the music industry at large, that's still how people are thinking, even right now. They're like, how do
yeah,
we get that? How do we get that sort of 15 song show back on the road? Because that's where the money is. Well, that's where it was.
yeah,
But I really think that there's other ways of experiencing music, both as an artist and a collaborator and as someone that's watching and interacting, that we've just started to scratch the surface.
yeah. I don't. You see, I like the way I think about shows. Like if I were
Yeah.
ever to go like do shows, you know what I mean? Like be on the road, like
Yeah.
touring, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't get like if I'm touring, if there's people near me, like let's say I tour to a town that I know that there's someone that can sing there, like why wouldn't I invite them to come sing with me? Like why would I why wouldn't I let them sing their own song? Like why would I not, you know, like it doesn't matter to me. Like, hey, you're nearby, like do you want to come like sing one of your songs? Like there's a tour and
Totally.
there's people coming to watch and stuff like that. You want to come sing one of your songs during my set, like during it, like it's okay. Like
You know what I think is related to that? And again, we have almost 10 minutes left. We've got 7 minutes left, but I want
yeah,
to open it up for you guys. Obviously, Donnie, you know, any of you guys that have questions. Um, Part of what we were trying to do, Tori and I, in sort of having this series, is to let people that are fans or people that know you or that appreciate your music and appreciate what you're about be able to ask you questions, sort of meta questions about like, yeah, but like, how did you get started, or what was hard about that, or how did you figure out this, or where do you want to be with your music, blah 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 blah. What's up,
nice.
Britt? I'm glad you made it. I'm super stoked you're here. So
Hello, Britt.
I wanna open up for questions. Boom, 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 boom. I got a question. I got a question. But I just want to make one last point and then I'll shut up. Part of what you just mentioned reminds me of a comment. There's someone that we had on right after Emma, or very
Mm,
early on in this series. Her name is Sherry Hugh. She's kind of a
mhm,
live stream expert journalist. She's really smart. She knows a lot of things about the industry and what's going on. And she mentioned that, like, in a typical, comparing the two environments, in a typical live show, there's the audience and then there's the artist on stage,
mhm,
and there's a physical and psychological separation. Like,
yeah,
let's not get it twisted. I'm on stage, you guys are down there listening.
yeah,
And Sherry made the point, yeah, but in live streaming, that's kind of gone. Everyone's more or less on the same plane. Even the
mhm,
people that are messaging, they may not be like visually on stage, so to speak, but they're still like, they could say something and it's instantly viewable to everybody.
yeah,
And so there's this sort of leveling of access between who's quote in the audience or not on stage and who's on stage, and there's not really a stage was the point she was making. Is like
Yeah.
it's much more of a like shared space. Do you feel like that's true?
No, for sure. And I'm like, being able to drag anybody on, which is funny enough when you drag someone on, it says like add to stage. But when you drag
Yeah,
someone on, um, it you can even someone else in your like in my broadcast, if I drag someone on, you can make them your big screen. Like you can make
totally.
them the one that's having the biggest focus,
Yep.
and that kind of changes things around. It makes it so that like anyone could be, at any point in time the main focus
Right.
with anything. And I don't
Right.
think there's a problem with that. Hi Sophella, how you doing, sweetie? More of a community for sure.
So
Absolutely.
Bella. So what questions do you guys have for Dash? I mean, this is a community of really cool, smart, engaged music people. We got Emma, we got T. Do you know T Fresh? Do you know T Montgomery? She's
I
awesome. If you guys aren't connected or don't know about each other yet, she does a lot of rap, some freestyle, some stuff that she does
I
sort
do.
of
Do you rap or just sing?
pre-made.
I do both. I freestyle as well.
Yep.
Um, and
7,000, Kim, Matt. I think you're in for the first time. Tori, of course. Scott was doing some guitar playing last time. Like we have an incredible community of people that probably have some really really smart questions. So
oh yeah.
you guys like go at it. If you have any questions
Uh,
for Dash, what are your goals going forward in
forward
streaming
streaming.
music
Yeah.
aside from your EP,
Um,
which you'll be waiting for?
yes.
Good question,
the
Tori.
the
Good question.
goal. I mean, I'm a music student, right?
Oh, I didn't
Um,
know that. You're in
yeah,
school studying
yeah.
music.
I
Cool.
am I am a classically trained singer.
Does
So
that mean opera? Ah,
operatic and like arias as
what
well.
voice?
So
What voice are you?
I'm a tenor.
Tenor?
Yeah.
Tenor.
Um,
Right
and
on.
yeah, so and I sing in, I sing in German, I sing in Latin, I sing in, French. French is my worst one, but I sing in Italian. So like
Wow.
I that's kind of the goal. The goal has always been
Amazing.
to uh to be a music educator. That's been kind of
Wow.
my, yeah.
Cool.
I want to coach singing. Like I want to be an actual, vocal teacher. So that's been the goal. When it comes to my like music myself, I never really thought about having an EP, but now that's kind of a thing that's in my head. So like I might as well do it, right?
Hmm.
I never from the beginning, I have never ever thought about being famous. That's not my goal. If it were to happen, that would be interesting. And I don't know, like, where that would go. I don't know where it would take me, right? But that's never been my goal. That's never been the thing that I was striving for, right?
Right.
That's never been my like. I have to be famous. I have to be world known. That's never been it for me.
What's
Uh,
your favorite part about streaming?
my favorite part about streaming,
Or what's the
I mean,
best part of streaming for you?
just like the community of being able
Yeah.
to talk to people and you know having these awesome experiences, like just
Yep.
randomly being able to meet and talk to these people that have so many different talents and ways of thinking and ways that they've gone through in life, and just hearing all of it, it's been amazing. Yeah.
So, fella, I'm not sure. You said you're not sure if your comments are working. Have you been posting stuff and we're not? I didn't see. I saw you say something a little bit earlier, just sort of saying hello. But if you're posting stuff, I'm not seeing it. So, post it again, or we can guest you in if you want. What days do you live stream? T's asking.
I
Do you have a
stream
schedule?
most days except for Mondays and Thursdays. Those are my day off. Tuesdays I do a jam session at like 4 o'clock ish. I think those are going to be moving to like 5:30 ish because I've been having work recently. So um, I do a jam session, open jam, so you can anybody can come through and hang out.
Yeah,
Um,
please fan up Dash. He's
and
for your
then
own good. Like this. Yeah.
and then Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I just kind of hang out. So those can be like anything. Like literally, I start like around 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
I can, I usually I can talk, I freestyle, I sing, I just kind of regular jams. Sunday is game day, and I play video games on Sundays. So yeah,
Nice.
little variety of stuff.
Please, please follow Dash and listen to him. It's funny. He was on with Britt last Friday, and we were listening to some of her raps, and I had no idea that you're a vocal coach and that that's something that you're moving into and that you have a background in that stuff. But like,
yeah,
that's fantastic, and it's good to know that that's a part of what you do. And I'll definitely like maybe send some people to you and suggest that they hang out with you on the streams. And do you teach at all? Do you do like virtual lessons or anything like that yet, or is that something you aspire to do in the future?
So it's kind of like an aspiring thing to do in the future. It's like I haven't done it, and I know I could do it, but it's kind of scary to start. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you a couple questions since other people? Again, this is really for you guys, and I'll just keep asking questions. And it's 11:01, so let me ask maybe a question or two more in case unless you guys have stuff that you want to put out there. And then do you want to do maybe one more song for us? Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So let me ask you, would you be interested in coaching people in pop styles, whether it's hip hop or whether it's soul or pop, or would you rather or feel more comfortable or feel like it's more you to teach them like classical repertoire?
It doesn't necessarily matter when it comes to hip hop or like rapping. I just started freestyling, really. Like I started this in like November, and I was pretty trash in November.
Man.
Yeah, I was pretty awful in November, and I've just been spending a lot of time working on it.
It hurts my brain to hear that, man. It really does hurt my brain because you're incredible. You do a number of different things. Like you play the autoharp, which is kind of like, it's an instrument, right?
Yeah.
But you literally push a G7, like,
yeah,
it's sort of got some training wheels to it. You do a great job with it. I'm not trying to like diminish it. I'm just saying,
no,
like,
for sure. I am a vocalist. I don't really claim to be an instrumentalist.
You're a vocalist, right? You're also a songwriter. You play the autoharp. You freestyle. Are there other instruments or other things that you do that are in that sort of set of categories of music?
I mean, I can read music, so I can play the piano, but like not like amazing.
You can play,
not like
you could play like a simple Mozart piece or a simple pop song.
I need to take a second to learn it. I can't just like.
But
like,
you can sit in front of a piano and make it work.
Yeah,
that's all killer. All those things are fantastic. Yeah. And I mean, for what it's worth, like from my vantage point, having worked in different facets of the music industry for a while, the fact that you started freestyling in November and are as good as you are, and 7,000 was saying like, no, like his operatic and classical stuff is like mind blowing. I'm sure that's great. And we could do a whole stream on just that side of what you do, but like, you're so fucking good as a freestyler. And
I appreciate that, man.
I mean, it's like, if you had said, yeah, I've been doing that for 10 years, I'd be like, right, that makes sense. But the fact that you're saying, dude, I just started in November, was horrible for a month, and here's where I am now. That's the kind of shit that makes me go, bing, bing, bing. Like people that are that talented, that's my vantage point. Am I bullshitting? You guys think I'm already, my name is Pete. My name is Peter. But am I exaggerating right now? Like, am I overstating this, guys? You guys need to back me up or be like, nah, Pete, it's not.
I will say, like, I think in the past couple months, I've gotten pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, but
I'm glad you feel that way.
I feel like I've gotten pretty dope. Like I could feel like someone could come up and be like, "Oh, this dude freestyles. Like, show me what you got," and I could be like,
And you'd be
"Yes,
like, I can do
here
that.
is what I
I
have."
can do
Yeah, like,
that.
I don't know exactly how it happened so quickly. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of people that have told me the same thing.
Yeah.
They're just like, "How did you do that?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know." Like, I've been listening to rap and hip hop since I was little. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I was like, 4 years old, like singing along to DMX.
You know
what
what?
I mean? So it's like
a lot of people have been listening to rap and hip hop since they were kids. They
Yeah.
don't do what you do. That's
Yeah.
not the reason,
Well, I mean, I take a lot of, but well, I take a lot of time in listening to it too. Like, so like I love Wu-Tang. I love Outkast. I love Tupac and Biggie. I love, I love Tribe Called Quest. I Naughty by Nature. I listen to
who are some current newer artists, if any.
Okay.
You don't have to, this
Yeah.
isn't like, oh, I love so and so.
I mean,
who are some people that are new that are not those lions you just mentioned? Those are all.
Yeah.
Everyone can be like, yeah. I mean, that's the DNA. Yeah. Great. Who are some people that are newish, last couple years, whatever, that are like, no, this person's
Kendrick, obviously.
Okay.
People always try to clown on me when I say this one, but Lil Dicky. I don't know if you know Lil Dicky, but Lil Dicky is
not that well, no.
Lil Dicky, like, people always think that he's just like everything is just a joke that he says, but like if you listen to him,
well, they said that about Eminem too.
For sure.
They're like, yeah, dude, it's just all fucking. He's just clowning around. No, the guy's kind of brilliant.
He's dropping fire, saying some crazy shit that nobody even like pays attention to, and they think he's just jokes, but it's like it's smart. You have to go through it and listen to that. Tyler, the creator.
Sure.
Who else? I mean, there's a good amount of people. Yeah.
J. Cole.
I love J. Cole. Yeah, absolutely. KOD was fucking fire. Yeah. Love J. But
love it.
She heard Dash singing. She said, "Donnie, nice meeting you. X Dash is not my name." Jesus Christ, I can't stand it. But yeah, so I listen to that all the time, and I don't just like some people just like they listen to music, but they don't like listen to it. You know what I mean? Right. They don't internalize it. They don't think about what's going on. They don't think about the message between things. They don't think about like every little possible.
Right.
Like when a lot of times like when you rap, like there's so many like hidden things in what they're saying, and you're just like people like don't get them. They don't understand what is being said truly. And I think it's just internalized music, listen to it a million times in a row. Yeah. I mean, like, yes, but also like you can there's people that can listen to the same song a million times in a row.
I do that.
And they still get some of the lyrics wrong. Yeah. Like, and they're not even like, they're not paying attention to the fact that one lyric that they're saying wrong literally changes the entire meaning of that entire sentence.
Right.
So it's like, you have to take the time to go deep into it,
You don't necessarily see yourself as an artist, though.
It's funny because you called me an artist earlier, and I was almost like, let's not go that far.
Interesting. So that's
I almost said it.
To me I think that's very relevant to the conversation because we could take that a number of different ways, but I sensed I didn't pick that up until I'm chatting with you now. Mm-hmm. I just sort of assumed like someone who's got that kind of chops and that's doing what you're doing I'm an artist. I'm on YouNow. I'm doing my thing. I'm trying to get my thing out. And I could tell as soon as we started talking, like, no, this is not that's not it at all. Yeah. So like, so the devil's advocate side of me goes, someone does not see themselves as an artist and does not really want to do that and doesn't have the hunger and the drive and I'm going to push through walls until I become blah, blah, blah. I mean, some people just do it by accident or they do it just by virtue of the natural. But I think you need to have something in you that's like, I don't care what anybody else says. I will make this work.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. I don't necessarily put labels on it, right? Of saying like what I am or what I'm not. But like, I don't know. I definitely, I'm a very hard worker, so I like the hunger and the drive is always there for everything that I do. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that includes my music. You know, it's just sometimes when I don't know, there's always this thing of just like, do I call myself an artist? Because then there's going to be this one person that's just like, you know, oh, an artist. I'm like, all right, like I don't need to hear that, regardless of whether or not that person matters or not. It's just like a kind of thing of like, I don't need to put myself in any category of what I do or what I am. Like, yeah, I freestyle. Yeah, I sing. Yeah,
Right.
I do what I do. That's what I do. And who I am is Dash. Like
Right.
I'm,
Wu
so
Tang's got a pretty interesting comment. There's kind of like, in her view, there's two types of people. There's in any industry. There's the people who are sort of faking it till they make it and are like, yeah, I'm an artist, until one day people start seeing them as that, I guess. Or
yeah.
there's the people maybe like yourself that are like, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just going to grow and evolve and do
Yeah.
what makes sense to me. But I
I
don't have to
never I
have.
never think I'm good enough. So I keep pushing myself until I am. Which
Well, I
is
mean, look,
some way a toxic trait, but also in some way pushes me to be better than,
I
Joe
yeah,
Schmo,
I would say, and I'll leave it with this, and then I'll shut up and let you play some music and let everybody sort of take it directly instead of fucking about it all day long. But I think when and Tori knows this about me, like Britt knows this about me. When I come across someone who's talented or someone who has potential in a particular area, like um, I know, I think what you have is very special and very rare. And my take on it would be that you are very talented and very humble. And maybe with some of that humility comes a shade of sort of maybe insecurity. Like, yeah, but I don't, and I think anyone that cares a lot about the art is always going to feel like it's never good enough. It's never good enough. I could
yeah,
always make it better. What if I did this? And my comment for what it's worth is, I think if you can, if you're interested in moving into something in music that's not just the educational route, which is also awesome.
mm,
I have great friends that do that and they love it. um, I think if you're going to move into um, an area of music that's somewhat competitive, and sometimes the energy coming at you is not always going to be positive or constructive or supportive of you. You
yeah,
want to be with someone somehow, whether that means you have someone you co-write with, or a crew of people, or a manager, or somebody that complements that other side and says, no, fucking Dash is a genius. You guys don't necessarily you don't have to be the person that says, I'm a genius. Someone in your camp that can be like, no, no,
yeah,
no, you guys need to chill out. Dash will, I where my mind goes, just to sort of wrap the point up and make, maybe make it a little more clear. Like, I think of someone like Sia.
hmm
Sia is painfully insecure. She has a terrible time being on stage. She stopped performing. She can't face the audience. She's such a wreck anymore. She can't. She's
yeah,
gone through, drug issues. She's gone through a lot of things in her life because of the combination of the fact that she's so incredibly talented, and there's just sides of her personality that are not entirely comfortable with being, that sort of big pop star that she actually is. So that's why she moved into pop songwriting. She's like, I'd rather just. So I think of people like that, and there's lots of very creative, successful people that don't necessarily have to see themselves as the best thing that's ever happened to music, but are really good at what they do.
yeah,
And it would be a shame if someone like Sia was like, oh, I'm really not that good, and who am I to be an artist? And think of all the fucking music that we would be without right now. If
yeah,
you're not a fan of Sia, like, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Like, if you don't appreciate what she's doing on some level, and if you don't love her music, right? So I guess the
yeah,
point I'm making is, like, if you have an aspiration to do whatever you want to do in music, there's nothing wrong with being humble and being, you know, like, not overly arrogant about it. But fuck, like, if you want to do it for all of our sake, besides just for your sake, like,
yeah,
please do it. And if there's people that you can bring into your circle that help complement that, do that. Like, I would love to see you and hear your music 10 years from now and be like, that's fucking, I swear to God, like, he was on one of our little live streams back in the day. You don't know Dash Peña, like, Fuck, you don't know that guy. You know, it would be great just to see you and hear the shit that would you could make music like Ray LaMontagne.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning as musical, as compelling, as beautiful. And I'm just using that as an example because that's where we started. And you, I think, would appreciate what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying you could sound as good as him. I'm saying that's the kind of shit you're capable of, in my view.
Yeah.
And it would be a shame to not hear what that music sounds like for any reason whatsoever.
Yeah. No worries. I'm definitely not stopping.
Good. and I cannot wait to hear more of what you're up to. And like, look, anything that I can help you with, I happen to write for 3 music newspapers that connect me with a lot of people, whether it's in live streaming or A&R or any of that bullshit, that when the time is right, or if it's record production, if it's an audio engineer, if it's someone to help you with getting music placed, Brit's on here right now. Like, you have it. I don't say this, Tori, I don't really do this. We've been doing this 5 months. I don't sort of like go into this mode really with anyone. Maybe Emma is the only other person that I'm like, oh my God. But, you know, no one has to convince anyone, you know, because Emma, I think, has realized, because James has helped with that part of like production and records and all the things that they do, it's not like you wonder how good she could sound, right? You don't even, we don't even have an EP from you yet. So like, anyway, can't wait to hear it. Can't wait to hear it.
Listen, I'll send the EP your way when it's like, done. Dude,
I'll get it.
Whatever you would like to do. Whatever you like.
So thank you guys. Wu-Tang, we appreciate you as well. I love having you in here and just your energy and your comments and your questions. You know, I sort of see this, although this is sort of a numbers thing sometimes, and it's the live streaming and the digital thing, how many and how much, and I would, you know, sometimes I can't even really fucking tell how many people are actually on or not. But to me, it's about quality. And like the people that tend to come on here consistently and ask those quality questions and actually add energy to the room, that's what makes this work.
Yeah.
And I'm not, you know, so anyway, what do you want to do for your last? You're very welcome. What do you want to do for your last song?
I wrote a song. This is my most recent song. It's called Dim-Lit Dreams.
Dim-Wit Dreams?
Dim-Lit.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
That's how I heard it.
No, it's fine. But yeah, it's called Dim-Lit Dreams.
Dim-Lit Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just end with that one.
You could do like a comedy version that's called Dim-Wit Dreams.
Yes, perfect. I don't think I've heard this one. I think so, Kiki. I'm not sure. Yes, it is, Kiki. All right.
Oh, shit.
Another party downtown. Really wish that I was home right now. Lights are dim, the music loud. Just trying to push through this crowd. About to leave this stupid place, and I see the most beautiful face. Turn away so I don't stare. Feelings come and I was unprepared. Her smile lights up the room. are bigger than the moon. The way her hair flows, I already know just where this will go. Just where this will go. Split decision in my mind. Am I that type of guy? Many thoughts inside my head. Can I say them when we're eye to eye? The seconds pass and I don't move. See her dancing out of view. The room is spinning, things unclear. What am I to do here? Her smile lights up the room. Her eyes are bigger, bigger than the moon. The way her hair flows, I already know just where this will go. Just where this will go. I run to meet her. Oh no, but she's not alone. Oh no, my pride defeated. Walk back out to the court. No, her smile lights up the room. And her eyes are bigger than the moon. The way her hair flows, I already know. Just where this will go. Just where this will go. I already know.
Tori said best. Permanent goosebumps, man.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for being on and for playing some music with us and
Of course.
chatting a little bit, man. We're absolutely, any way we can support you or help in any way. We appreciate you also being on and sharing your story a little bit. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It means a lot.
Absolutely. and props for everything you're doing and yeah, man, just A lot of love for what you're doing. So thank you, brother.
Of course.
And
Thank you.
we'll definitely stay in touch. And
For sure.
yeah, man. Let us know when the EP's out, and we'll
right.
absolutely help put the word out.
Sounds good. It's got to be out 2020. Got to do it. I can't push it aside.
2020. I like that. So only 6 months from now. We can wait. I think Tori can wait 5 months.
Oh my god.
Because she's, I'm gonna be the one to hear about it. Did Dash ever say anything about? Is it coming out? Is it because I need to have it before Christmas? I'll be like, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask him, dude.
It's gotta be a fall. I gotta do fall.
Okay. It
with
feels
the
like
with the
with the vibes of this song and the first song. I'm assuming those 2 songs will probably be on it.
Yes.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, shit. I can already kind of hear it.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
I think fall is a good time. So
I agree.
Let's do that.
All right, so we got a couple months, man. Let's get this shit done.
Yes, for sure.
All right,
All right, brother. I'll drop myself.
Yeah,
love
sounds
you too.
good. All right, man.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Tori. Where are you, T? You want to pop in? It loads. It loads. It's so cryptic. It's like, it loads. It loads. Why don't you do your hand? Raise your hand.
There you go. It was thinking really hard. It was like it had 0 warning. I'm not ready.
Do you normally give it some sort of way to get ready? How does a computer
I
get
don't
ready?
know. It just decided right now. It was like, I need 10 more seconds. Thank you, Dash. Oh my goodness. I'm still recovering.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dash.
How was that for you, Pete?
I got through it.
Do you want to scream and release some of the fanning energy?
I think I did pretty well. I'm kind of proud of myself. No, I just, that guy's so crazy talented. And I think I was able to have enough composure that, it wasn't awkward. Especially now that I'm talking about my lack of awkwardness. Yeah. I think I did all right. I think I did all right.
You did great.
You know me. I mean, anyone that knows me well, it's like when I believe something, it's fucking annoying to everybody else, right? If I get on something, if I'm like, it's just like, okay, Pete, we get it. Yeah, Dash, that was so awesome, and there was actually some really great points made. I wanna go back and listen to that. And I actually do think Tori and I were sort of chatting about possibly even making some of this into an article that we might be able to run in the publications. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I mean, if they go like this, we're going to have so much stuff that we could include to just talk about, what's going on in the live streaming world, or what are some interesting ways of looking at it, or what some of the performers are finding, or things that are happening with the community. That could be so fun to just let people that we're bringing on as guests kind of share some of that, and then it gives them a little bit of coverage. Maybe people find out a little bit about Dash before the EP comes out or whatever. So yeah, and then those
music lessons with him.
Yeah, for sure. So who else wants to pop on with Tori right now? Anybody? 11:30. How you doing on time?
Oh, I'm good.
You're good till 1-ish?
1-ish, yeah.
Ish?
Give or take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dash,
that was fun. I'm so excited for August. All of these streams you have. I don't have enough bars to send all the likes that I'd like to send.
It's a quality problem.
Right? Too much talent.
I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. Why don't you tell everybody who's coming up over the next 3 weeks?
Run it through. Got it. Thank you, Dash. I don't know if you're still here, but that was amazing. Kiki, nice to meet you. Thanks, everyone, for joining. I'm so excited for all these streams. Like, I mean, I say I have fun every time, but it's so true. I do have so much fun every time. Let's see, where is the sketch? Friday, we have 7,000 Apart. We'll have John and Amelie. We're going to talk a little bit about goals as well as music, and that'll be lots of fun. They've been working on goals as artists. Let me drop this in here. Yeah, so this Friday, 7,000 Apart. Next Wednesday, we'll have Michael Lee, a sick guitar player, on the 14th Eunuch. I need to know if that's how you pronounce it. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Who just released an album, so I'm excited to hear about that. On the 19th, we have Erica McKenzie. 21st, Kim Maverick. Kim, I don't know if you're still here. Shout out. On the, yeah, Kim. On the 26th, we'll have Sam Elliott. And then on the 28th, Taco Spice to wrap it up. And then if you guys know anyone who wants to join us, T, do you want to show us your new rap? We asked Pete to pull you in. If anyone else wants to join us or pop in for the pre-party, the post-party, to chat, feel free. We love having you guys. Or if you want to pop in and ask a question yourself to any of these talented people, let us know. And let us know what you want to hear or learn about. Kim messaged in our Discord, or somebody dropped that too, about how she wants to learn about DistroKid, releasing songs, Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, the best routes to do that. So we're going to work on having them on and getting a little 411 on that. So super excited. Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Look at that kiosk. Look at that marquee.
Yeah, it'll be
unbelievable.
Great. It'll be fun.
Can I ask a stupid technical question? Because that's like my specialty, so I might as well.
Hopefully I have an answer.
Halfway through the second song that Dash did, I enlarged the screen on my screen. Did that affect the stream, or was it just
just you? Yep.
Fuck. I'm glad I asked. Because I thought, it's so much better when, like, you know, his screen is larger for the performance, right? But it actually, there's no way for us to do that. There's no way for him to make him larger for the viewer. The viewer does that.
The viewer can choose.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. No, Wu-Tang, thank you. Been producing web shows, podcasts. Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kiki, you could shoot us an email. It's younowlxl@gmail.com. Totally connect.
Yeah.
Or in our Discord, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, you're rad, and we'd love to chat it up and kind of find out what you're doing, what you'd like to be doing. If there's any way we can do stuff. Go do your thing. Lunchtime is here. Thank you.
T Fresh said she has a new rap and is open to doing it if you have the time.
You want to, like, right now, T? You ready for this? I love how T always rolls in ready. She's like, yeah. Like, I'm just saying, got another rap. Let's do it. Just saying. Boom.
What's up?
T. Hey.
Hello.
Look at that.
Coming in with a smile.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, I got a rap that calls hold on, Take a Journey.
I like it already.
Here it is. Okay. So this not gonna be long.
We got time.
Okay.
Ruffling the papers. That's how you know she's been busy.
I don't know if you can hear the beat while it's playing.
It's a different beat than what you normally do.
No. Got me stuck on the plane, I'm out shit on my thing. People, you know my name, I don't do for the fame. Sure glad that you came, you need to stay in your lane. Hey man, can we hang? You know I'm from the hood, I'm rapping good. Been told I'm the best, now I'm here to impress. You know my name is T Fresh. Gold teeth in my mouth, you know what I'm about. Yeah, I'm from the south. Yeah, you know this is my house. Yeah, you know I've been talked to. Yeah, everybody just what to do. Check my juice, they thinking I know they cool. You know the rules. They used to get to school. Yeah, I'm hood, it's all good. Yeah, straight they blinging dog. I'm going hard from the very start. Yeah, you know I got that fast car. You ain't nothing but a joke, but I ain't never broke. Check my wristwatch, but it's going tick tock. Don't know what they hate for, just getting my paper. Or maybe they hating cause I'm too fresh. Just hop on my blue card and I'm about to go for it. Man, they gonna miss this thing. That's all I got.
It's awesome.
Hey.
It got a little hooky there at the end, man. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. Love it. Love it.
Thanks.
Love it. Love it. It's a very different beat than the ones you've brought in so far. Where did you find that one?
Well, my dad helped me with it, so
Damn. He helped you make the beat or just find the beat?
he helped me write the lyrics and
Write the
beat.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Amazing. Love it. Love it.
Thanks.
You writing every day?
Yeah, I'm trying.
Respect.
What inspires you when you're writing something? Do you like to think about a scene or like a vibe or an environment or a person or something?
I just want to show people my talent and just make a scene and stuff.
Yep.
I just want to inspire people, like if they listen to my music, inspire them.
Well, I think you're inspiring people. You got a bunch of people on right now that are inspired. So, mission accomplished.
Keep it up. Yeah.
Keep it up. Are you recording any of your stuff? You and your dad, are you recording these songs?
No, I'm just waiting on the laptop.
Oh, that's right. You guys have a laptop that you're going to be getting soon, right? Cool.
Mhm.
It'd be awesome if you can record these. Even just, can you record them on your phone?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a new phone. This one don't
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know if, Tori, I don't know if it's possible, like on a computer, if you're streaming or whatever, I don't know if it's possible to record that while you're streaming on that computer. I don't think you can do that, right?
I mean, Dash mentioned using OBS. I'm sure there's other programs.
But that's not while he's streaming. I thought he meant, I was assuming he meant like, oh, shit, I got an idea for a song. I can use OBS to record it, but not necessarily while I'm streaming.
Yeah, you can record while you stream too.
Oh, I didn't know you could. Okay.
Mhm.
So do you have, do you have OBS? Do you know if you use OBS?
Yeah, I'm
when
trying
you're
to work
streaming?
on OBS on my laptop, but it don't work.
Mm. OBS
It
takes
would
a lot
just-
of like power to run, so if it's an older laptop or slower laptop, it might be a little finicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Microsoft Windows XP.
I don't know that one as well.
I wonder if you could even, there's probably some, even if you downloaded it or just got something where you could record audio on your computer, just something simple, like just to be able to record stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There has to be a program somewhere. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah. Let's, you have, what is it, Microsoft XP?
Yeah, Microsoft Windows XP.
Okay. Let's figure out if there's just an easy thing that Tori, that she could, we'll figure it out and get back to you. But like maybe there's some piece of software that could just use the internal mic so that you can record these and go back and listen to them and get a vibe on how they sound. Microsoft 10. Updated. Do you know if it's updated?
I don't know. I will check later. See if my mom
Yeah.
can help me with it.
It's all good. But I mean, I really am a big believer in being able to record yourself and being able to go back and listen to how things sound, and seeing,
Yeah.
you know, what you like, and learning from that, and then continuing to record. I think that's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I love it. Do you have a favorite of the songs that you've written so far? Anything that stands out that you're like, okay, of everything I've come up with, my favorite is blah?
Well, this one, my favorite, I wrote. The one I wrote yesterday.
This is your favorite, the new one?
Yeah, the new one I wrote called Take a Journey.
Oh, this is the one we just heard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's your favorite of all of the things you've ever written.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That means you're improving. Windows
Was it
Sound
Tano
Recorder.
who said his favorite song is always the latest one he's worked on?
I don't know. Did he say that?
I think
honestly
so.
don't remember.
Because he's like, each one just gets better and better.
Yep. The song that you did, I think it was the last one you performed for us. Honestly, the only thing what I remember about it was it had a hook. It had a really distinct hook that I hadn't heard from your music before. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It was like, fuck, I wish I remembered more than that. But there was one song. I'll have to go back and listen to it again. Windows Sound Recorder. So how does that work? Do you can you just download something called Windows Sound Recorder?
It looks like it's a part. It looks like it's a part already of the Windows, and if not, you know it for free.
Windows.
Let me drop the link.
BandLab is amazing. Oh, you like BandLab? Cool. Nice. Thank you, Tori.
Mm-hmm.
BandLab is maybe something you can download for PC, Mama.
Let me screenshot it.
Nice. Okay. We're so tech support right now. Which is oh, you have a Mac. Okay. Oh, it's a website. Gotcha. That actually, I remember that now. It rings a bell. So you can just try going to a website. It's called bandlab.com. Just see if it comes up. That might even be another way to do it. It's a website.
Yeah, I tried it. It didn't work.
Oh, it didn't?
I swear.
It might not work for PC. I don't know. Oh,
Mama,
like
I think that's where your music is. Right? That's where you host your music?
Yeah. That's right. That's how I knew about it. Is when I listened to your music. I think that's when I found out about it.
Yep. I typed in BandLab and it went BandLab / always llama. That was my search history.
That's funny. Llama, how you been? So T, it sounds great, man. I'm glad that you're writing consistently and working on stuff with your dad. How's life otherwise? Doing good?
Yeah.
Good. You look great. You got a big smile on your face today. Why are you
Thanks.
so happy?
I don't know. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, man. I
Love it. Good vibes everywhere.
It's good vibes. It's so great to see you again. And you're always welcome to come on.
Okay.
So we'll bring you on the next time, and you can bring on some more music. Sound good?
Okay.
Yeah, and let's see if we can help you with trying to get something set up on your computer so you can record. Like, let us know. Maybe, Tori, maybe you want to post our Gmail, our Liveonlive Gmail, and then if we can help with anything, or on Discord or something like that. Like, it'd be great to help you make some recordings of your stuff soon. All right, T. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye, T.
Bye.
Thanks, Tori.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you for your help on that, Mama. I feel like that's kind of like the number one thing you want to do when you're working on music is, like, even if it's something simple like a phone, just make sure you can record your shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I was a professional drummer and got paid to play drums, every
That was
single
the fact I didn't know
performance-
about you.
every single performance I ever did, unless there was some technical failure at the time of the show, I always recorded 100% of the time. And there was always a part of it where I'm like, that's what it sounded like? I was there. I was playing it. And I don't remember it sounding like that.
Interesting.
And so there's, there's the experience you have in the moment, creating it, and you're in a certain state that allows you to do that and do it with everything that's going on around you and do it in the moment, in context. And then there's what it sounded like to the audience or in a microphone or something. And they're two different things. They're always going to be two different things. And the only way I think that you can learn what, there would be moments in a song where I'd be like, oh my God, that was like magic. And I didn't even know it. And there'd be moments in a song where I was like, that was a train wreck. And I didn't even know it. And so I'm a big believer in going back and listening and going, oh shit, that's what it sounded like? Oh my God. There's just no other way, your pots and pans. Yeah, they are. Dude, I'll show you some pots and pan drums right now. Get me started. Yeah, man. I love that auto harp though, seriously.
How does that work? Like, I know he's strumming.
Yeah, so all of the chords are labeled. It'll be like G7, it'll literally say G7.
And then he clicks it and it'll
and then you
on the
push
correct.
what it basically does is when you push down on that, it mutes everything that's not a G7.
Oh.
And then so everything else that's ringing is G7.
Oh, okay.
So most chords are either going to have, 3 notes per octave or maybe 4 notes per octave. So if it's assuming that thing's probably, just based on what it sounds like, it's maybe 2 octaves. Seems like it's maybe 2 octaves. So most of it's actually, what's our Discord link? What is Discord? Anyway.
What is Discord?
Like I still don't, I'm like in total denial of Discord. Have you noticed that, Tori? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, Discord. No. Like, no, it's, I'll hit you up on Discord. Yeah, great.
It's funny.
I can't roll it.
Kyle Unick messaged me and was like, hey, I messaged Pete on Discord. Then I realized he doesn't use Discord. So I messaged you.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't worry, I'll answer your question.
That was my one concern in setting up the Discord. I knew that was going to happen. I'm like, people are going to try and message me and I'm going to be like total dial tone. What? He doesn't even answer. Like, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
It's like, yeah. Right, good looking out.
Is that where you put a dish in a cord?
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
It's a dish cord. That's that's when you're drunk. It's dish cord.
All good, all good. If you miss anything crazy, I will let you know. But Kim actually did drop like 10 solid questions for DistroKid for we were talking about on Friday.
Wow. Follow up.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, Kim. Because we talked about that. We're like, we should have DistroKid on. And I'm like, hey, let me know if you have questions. And Kim's like, here are my questions. And then I'm like,
crickets. Yeah, she dropped some good ones. So I said, we're on
do
it.
that.
Well, yeah.
Well, let's like fucking do that. Like that would actually I just need to figure out kind of like how to reach out to them. I would love to have somebody on from them.
Yeah, I'll go. I mean, check
That'd be
LinkedIn, check the website. I was even thinking Hisham posted on LinkedIn like his steps for when he releases music. Just like step by step what he does. And I was like, I already learned something new there. Maybe it'd be good having him back on to do a, I don't know, a 411.
Keith uses it. I know a lot of people that use it. It's kind of like I think it's I feel like it's kind of the standard thing that a lot of people are using. So I feel more comfortable because of that, like looking into it and bringing it on for you guys. Is that written out somewhere, Tori?
Yeah, it was on his LinkedIn. I'll put it in.
Oh, you're talking
Discord.
about his thing. Yeah.
His steps, yeah. I'll drop
Got
it in
it.
the Discord.
We might even be able to do a stream on something like that. Like, what do you do to kind of get from, okay, I have a recording. What are the steps to sort of release it? Would that be cool?
I think so.
No, it's Tori. Yeah, you got it. How to
I
hype
don't
music.
discriminate though.
Yeah, yeah, we could do that. That would be cool. I think that would be good. Let's put that in. Let's put that in the for future
Our
streams
future ideas.
pile. Tell the folks that are on here about the idea that we had yesterday.
Oh man, I'm still reeling over that. Oh, wait, people don't know your name.
Pete. My name's Peter.
Peter. Maybe we should write that somewhere.
I just realized that, like, yeah, like people are like, who is this guy? Like, what's his name? My name's Live. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'm sure there's somebody out there whose name is Live.
You could do it. Peter.
You've never seen my
Rabbit.
cottontail. You
Peter
can't see it.
Pan.
That's why I sit like this. You can't see it. Wouldn't that be awesome if I actually had a cottontail the whole fucking time, but like no one actually technically saw it? Like,
We have llamas and rabbits.
like even when I go pee and I take the 2-minute pee break, I kind of slip out like this. Okay. So like every once in a while, if you go back and you really slow motion it, you're like, what's that white section in the back?
You really
That's
just thought
fucking
it
weird.
was because you looked good on the top half. You know the game where it's like, are they really wearing pants?
Nope. I'm not.
It's a whole skit on James Corden.
We are from California. Can you tell? Why did you ask that? I was talking. I'll tell you why I'm saying that. I was talking to my mom last night, and my mom's visited me, I don't know, a dozen times, in California. She lives in Arizona, which is not that far. And we're talking about COVID and what's going on, how it is in Phoenix, and and she's like, just those people in California are so crazy. And I'm like, so the people who live in California are all crazy? She's like, yeah, they're just crazy. And I'm like, so all of them? It's just
All
like,
of them.
and I'm like, I'm not trying to be like, I'm just like, so what do you think they're like? She's like, they're just, forget what she said, man. She's like, they're just crazy, and they're just, you never know what they're gonna do. And I'm like walking around, I'm going to Trader Joe's to go shopping, and I'm looking at people, as I'm talking to her, and I'm like, I don't really think we're that crazy. But if someone on a live stream is like, you're fucking from California because this shit's crazy, then maybe we are. We're probably so from California we don't realize it. Yeah, Santa Monica sign. How did you know about the Santa Monica sign? Did you know that because of who blew that up a couple weeks ago? Moon. Who's the artist that?
Moonhawk.
Moonhawk. Thank you. I think Moonhawk
I wanted to say Moon Spice, and I was like, I'm combining Taco Spice and Moonhawk.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Moon Spice. That sounds like it could be interesting. Like, oh, what's in this Moon Spice? Okay, my brain's trying to do too many things at one time. Santa Monica sign. This is actually technically from, I bought it in Santa Monica, but it's I think it's kind of a Venice thing, and Moon, God, what the hell is his name? Moonhawk. I think lives in Venice, and he was like, yo, dude, I've seen that sign before, and sort of totally blew it up, and he's like, I know that sign. Yeah, it's totally Spice Girls, totally. Moon Spice Girls. What? No.
Kiki asked what your background is.
So
producer, drummer, journalist.
Yeah, I've sort of, everything wraps around music for sure. My whole childhood, my whole upbringing up through when I went to college was like music. I played drums, like drum kit, and I played percussion, and I played jazz piano and classical piano, and I was just like, I was that person that, music was everything. And then when I went to college, the music program, I went to USC, University of Southern California. I know. And Tori's like, what the fuck? We didn't talk about mentioning you, because USC and UCLA are like, ah.
I'm from UCLA.
I'm from UCLA. I'm
You
both.
are kind of from UCLA too.
Totally both. I worked at UCLA for a long time. So, but anyway, so once I went to college and was in a music program, I realized like this is sort of bullshit. Like a music program to me, off the record. I mean, something like what Dash is doing is a little different. He's studying, first of all, he's studying classical music, which requires study, and he's studying to be a teacher, which is pedagogy, which requires study. But if you're going to study to be like in the music industry, to me, with few exceptions, maybe Berkeley would be a useful education, although it's really expensive. Anyway, off topic. So a lot of what I've done since that was kind of like a number of different tentacles within the music industry. My first job out of college, I was doing a lot of live drumming work for probably 10, 12 years. And then at the same time, I was a music journalist sort of by day. And that was my first job. So I was surrounded by a lot of people that knew a lot of shit. So I learned more quickly than it's just, you know, when you're surrounded by a lot of people who've been doing it for a long time and you just ask them a question. Like, by the way, so who owns Cumulus Broadcast? And like, oh, it's this person, or you know what I mean? People, it's great when people know shit and you're connected to them. So I've done that. I did marketing and promotion for a while, radio promotion, touring promotion, artist development. Then I started getting into, people would ask me as a favor to do, find or create music for their films, and that became something that I felt like I was really good at and very natural at. And then also, when you know a lot of musicians, if you can't create the music, you can always find someone to do it. So I've done that for a little bit. I worked in education in a number of different phases. I taught a class at Musicians Institute for a few years on artist development and promotion. And more recently, I helped create a music production school that was part of Westlake Studios. So I feel like all of that to say, like, I understand music and I love music, and I think where my place lies is it's kind of like what Britt was talking about on Friday. Like, I think I can, and I'm a journalist now, so a lot of what I find interesting is sort of the art and creation side, and then the business side, and how those two play nice together. And to me, it's kind of oddly a sort of exciting time for me right now, because it's like whatever was going on before, it's just someone hit the reset button, and it's like, nah, fuck all that. It doesn't even work like that anymore. And so as a sort of scientific mind, I'm like, fascinating, like the whole thing's breaking down, right? And then there's like other things that are popping up, and some of it will work and some of it won't. And so I think it's actually remarkably exciting and interesting and time, and I think there's a lot of opportunity there. So I like being involved with things where the creative musical part is on point and something that is worth doing, and something where whether it's being monetized or it's being sort of brought to the public in some way, where that artist can keep doing that and gets enough money from the creating of that product that they're like, awesome, I can do another album next year and it'll be even better. Like, that to me is kind of like, somehow or another, that's sort of my role. In one way or another, that's what I'm supposed to be doing, is helping that happen. So I just sort of fly around that space.
And you do it well.
Yeah, it's fun. That's how we met. That's how Tori and I met. I mean, essentially, it's sort of like that mix of stuff.
Yeah.
You were still at UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
You were like third year, fourth year?
Yeah, I think I was a junior.
Junior.
Yeah, third year.
And they have, I'm not sure if they still have it, but there was a program at the time that was kind of like, you know, it was for people who had an interest in the music industry, and they would connect you with kind of like people who were working in that industry, in the industry, and you know, it was like a day-long thing from what I remember. It really just was sort of a like, okay, great, and then you would come in and chat, and then we would sort of give feedback, and it was like, great, good luck, Tori, you know, and then
With a panel of you guys.
there was a panel.
Yeah.
There were some people from A&R. There was some, I can't remember who else was there. Management was there.
I think there was a
Number of
couple of
different
movie
people.
folks too.
A couple of what?
Movie,
That
film.
makes, yeah, that sounds right. Maybe it was entertainment more
Yeah.
broadly, and then you, and there was another girl dating who I haven't, like, we stayed in touch for a little while. She actually helped me on a movie because that was something that she wanted to learn about, and then like I haven't really spoken to her in a couple of years, but you and I have always just stayed in touch because you're like, hey, I got a question, or like, hey, we should hang out, and
Yeah. Little
you know,
life updates here and there.
yeah, totally. So this has been a kind of a full circle thing, but yeah, that's my background. Everybody's gone. I love it. They're like, so Pete, tell us about your life, and everybody's like, I gotta go. This guy's taking 20 minutes to talk about his life.
It's needed though. People probably hop on and they know
People
like
are like, what is your fucking name?
they know a couple
bro?
minutes about who you are and what Live on Live is, but
I honestly, I mean, I appreciate the question, and hopefully that wasn't painfully boring, but like, I honestly don't think people give a shit. I mean, I'm not being self-effacing. I'm just like, that's not why people are on here. People are on here to, you know, learn about music or be inspired for a couple minutes or connect with people. And
it's also good to know though, like how you got all this knowledge too. A little bit of the backstory. Like
that's true.
like to hear how people got where they are and learn from their experience getting there.
Yep.
Tips and tricks on that.
Tips and tricks.
Yep.
So it's 12. You gotta
Time
get
for
some
lunch.
lunch before time for lunch. I know. I'm like, I get grumpy if I skip that 12 o'clock lunch. So hopefully that was cool. It was great having you guys on. Thank you guys for being here with us. Emma, thank you for chilling with us, and thank you for the likes. That was crazy. Thank you so much. T, thank you for the likes as well. 7,000. Can't wait to see you guys on Friday. Kim, good to see you as well. And Matt, thanks for hanging with us. Scotty, good to see you again, man. I'll definitely follow up on your text from last week about stuff with the guitar and next steps. Vietnam, good hanging with you, man. Thank you for your comments and questions. Wu-Tang, Llama, I see the nerd. Always good to hang with you guys. And, you know, why don't you leave our Live on Live email just in case if someone wants to connect or communicate, and so that I don't ignore people. Just whatever, if I can help with anybody or, you know, follow up. Discord's fine too. Tori will be like, yo, someone's trying to reach you on Discord. You're like, okay. So yeah. And yeah, Scotty, sounds good. So we'll see you guys on Friday. Gonna have 7,000 apart, and we will.
Talking goals.
Yeah, we're talking goals, and should be interesting. They've done really well on here in the last couple of months, so I'm super stoked to chat with them again.
Yeah, it'll be
so
fun.
Thank you guys. If it's lunchtime, go get some lunch. If it's not, go get some lunch anyway. It's healthy, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thanks, Pete.
All right. Peace out.